Alrighty, my friends, we are continuing on with the Great Wall. This is part B of our problem, and we've already created our first four sections of the Great Wall, and now we need to first make a T-chart. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here, and I'm going to draw a line here, and then one coming straight on down. Now I'm going to put S on this side of the T-chart, and that S there stands for the section number, section 1, 2, 3, and we got section 4 here. And then over here on this side, I'm going to write B, and that stands for the number of blocks needed. And remember, we are counting each triangle and square and block as one block. So now on this side of the T-chart, I'm going to just go down the list and write my number of the section. I'm going to make it a little bigger so it's easier to write. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that means I got to make this line a little longer. And then all I have to do for this first part is count my blocks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. So I've got 9 blocks for the first section. And then I'm going to count my second section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So I'm going to write 13 right here. Super. Now I'm going to go to my third section and count away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So I'm going to drop a 17 right there. Beautiful. And now I'm ready to move on to section number 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So I'm going to drop that 21 right there. And now the next thing I want to do is look for my iterative function. And bam, there you have it right there. Because if we look here, and I like to use the old caret, right? So I'll make a little caret. I call it a caret because I like it. And from 9 to 13, I'm going to add 4, right? And then from 13 to 17, I'm also going to add 4. And from 17 to 21, well, once again, that is plus 4. So that tells me for sure that my iterative function is plus 4. And once again, you need 3 in a row that work. And if that works like that, you know that your pattern is going to continue. And then you can label it your iterative function. And your iterative function is really just your rate of growth from one section to the next, right? So now I can continue down here and simply take this and go, all right, 21 plus 4. Well, that will give me 25, right? And then work it again. Use my caret once again. Plus 4 is going to give me 29, right? So 29 for section 6. And then my last caret, I'm going to add 4 to that. And that's going to give me 33, right? So I'll drop that 33 right there. And bam, I am all done with my T-chart here, right? And I've created my iterative function. So that part of this problem is done. I'm ready to do the next part. And that next part there, my friends, is to realize that my iterative function is really the same thing as my coefficient. And I need to take the coefficient, or the plus 4, and illustrate that here in blue in my sections, right? So I'm going to enlarge this a little bit. And I'm going to get my blue highlighter out because it's fun to do. And then I'm going to take this first row. And if you see, this first bottom row is plus 4, right? Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And for section number 1, I got 1 row of 4, right? So now I'm going to move on to section 2. And in section 2, you see I've got this row here. Coloring that in. And then I've got this second row here. And that is, look here, section 2. And section 2 has 1, 2 rows of 4. That is very cool, my friends. And then I'm going to move on to section 3. And in section 3, you can see I've got 1. Keep going here. Color in, color in. 2, second row, right? And the third row, beautiful. And bam, there you have it. Section 3 has 3 rows of 4, right? And that is really cool. That is my coefficient, right? Super. Now I'm going to move on to the fourth one. And look here, I've got 1 row. And these are bigger blocks, so it's taking me longer to color these in. 2 rows. Da, 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 super cool. All right, 3 rows. Lovely. And a 4th row. Nice. So for section 4, I have 4 rows of 4. So the next thing I like to do here, and I think it's really cool, is I take each of these little sections and I can see that this right here, and I'm going to do it in blue, is S times 4, right? For this first section. And this second section is S times 4, right? And I can just put those in parentheses because it's kind of cool, right? And then this next section is S times 4, right? And that's cool. And now my fourth section is going to be S times 4. It's all the same thing, right? And that is really cool. I love it. All right, so now that's all done. The next thing you need to do is color in your constant. And your constant is what never changes. And this top section here, it stays the same. It never changes, right? So I'm going to color those in red. And I'm going to make this bigger because, well, I got to be honest, my stars are not the prettiest. All right, so let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to color this in, then I'm going to color this in, and then I'm going to color this one in, and then this one in, and then this one in. Perfect. Next, I'm going to move along. I'm going to color this one in, and this star in, and the triangle, and this triangle, and this triangle. And now before I move on, I'm going to actually just write this down. This is, if you count these, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's plus 5, right? And that's my constant, right? And if I count over here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's also plus 5. It does not change, right? Let's move on to this one, these two here, and color those bad boys in, right? So I'm going to color this first block, right? Color that in red, and then my star. And remember, this was my little better star, wasn't it? And then this triangle, perfect. And this triangle, lovely. And then this triangle, and bam, as you see with this one also, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's going to be a plus 5. I should really do this in red, right? Because that's my constant. I'll change the other ones in a second. And then let's move on to this last one. I'm going to color this in red, right? And then my star. And this is another good star. I think I did a pretty good job on that star. Pat myself on the back, because why not, right? No one else is here with me. So I'm the only one who can do that. Super. All right. So now, as you see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's another plus 5. And I love it. Perfect. Let's go back and change the other ones here so that they're in red. Superb, my friends. So now you can see that my constant is just plus 5, right? And that is never changing, my friends. And hey, that is all you needed to do for this section, part B, right? And if you have everything correct, super. If you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all, my friend. Pause that video, fix that mistake. That is your fastest way to learn. Until next time, which will be very soon, I hope you have a fantastic day. And as I just said, I will see you soon.